Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I take our praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and to the bishops. Salutation to the Akium, preaching the truth in sincerity to the four corners of the earth. This is Brother Yakal commentating on our lesson. As the title reads, various news, topics trending. There's a lot of things taking place right now, and the people are actually distracted because there's numerous of things to distract the public while a lot of shit and a lot of moves being made. Where they're getting ready to push the MOTV in full effect. War is still breaking out. But the Lord said it, wars and rumors of wars, but the end is not yet. But what we see right now is, just wickedness and violence spreading throughout the earth, even in my country here. And brothers could say it firsthand. There's a couple news here that brothers posted. I can speak about it and, Lord willing, with the Spirit carry me. Right, so this one says, neighbor, beheads woman and gives head to friends at New Year's party. Whatever reason he had to do this, it was a spirit created for vengeance. And what it was a 65-year-old woman. It says, after clashing with her neighbor who then gifted. Yeah, that is the spirit that the Lord put on nobody being innocent perish. He just say, alright, he get offended in whatever reason, and he decided to what? Offer the head. You understand? This is the spirit the Lord have roaming on the face of the earth right now. And it's coming to a city near you. That's why now is not the time to be playing with the gift that you have. Now is the time to cherish it. The scripture said that a prudent man, he see the evil coming and hide it himself. And I'll get a precept right after I read some of these news. It says, he pretended to be a delivery driver to lure out his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. Then he deleted him, with a gun. And that's roughly paraphrasing because think about it. This man had to be on some serious simp shit. That's why brothers shouldn't give their whole heart out to these women, because these women, they wicked. But the Lord, what the Lord do? The Lord put him put him to death. And then look at this man's face. He doesn't look happy. He looks like, he done fucked up. But he didn't know the spirit of the Lord, the evil spirit on the left hand side. Because the Lord said, I kill and I make alive. The Lord, they put that man to death and put you in prison. It's just for the girlfriend to get your judgment now because adultery. And it's circling the earth on a high level, adultery, where anything could happen. Right? Another one, it says, woman making 6 figures a year working 3 jobs breaks down in tears, revealing she's struggling financially. You ain't started struggle as yet. You understand? It's only now that these Edomites and these Jakes and a lot of people complaining. It's only now they're complaining, but it's time to complain and reach as yet. Where your complaints gonna be through the roof. And who you gonna complain to? Because you're not gonna have anybody on your side really listening anymore. All these things we see in here. I didn't see this one. What it says? It says, a pedo ring warned they face very substantial prison terms for extraordinary depravity. It says what? A child abuse ring who preyed on victims in a drugs den have been warned they face very substantial jail terms for extra. And that's the thing. Look at them. Look at these faces. Only Edomites. I fully believe that all of them are Edomites. And that is the world we live in today. The Lord is allowing these people to roam. This man to do what he did with that with his neighbor's head. This man to law out, these people to be complaining. The Lord allowing all these things. Let me read this last one here. It says, a responsible mother said she gave up raising her child because she no longer wanted to be a responsible parent again. And hey, if we had to make a list of the things that wicked on this earth, These 5 things here is just one thing. A lot of things going on right now. You know, these things are just shows how wicked these women is too. She don't want to be responsible anymore. There's a lot of young women. They want party and bullshit. They want to carry on their life. Think about it. You don't talk about this generation, right? I saw some more news on another brother channel I was just reading here, right? But I'll go straight into the scriptures, right? Bear with me here. There's Matthew 16 and verse 4, and it reads, "A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed." What's the sign of the prophet Jonas? The sign of the prophet Jonas is the prophets on the earth right now preaching. This is what we're doing. We're preaching the word and going out, and whoever hears, hears. Whoever forbears, forbears. But one thing for sure, what the prophet's doing is bringing down this place spiritually by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai, and also they giving warning so that when it is the plagues and the disasters and all this stuff do come, you was warned. They have no excuse, right? Let's see. All right, I'm gonna read. Right, this is Romans 1 and 20. It says, "For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power of Godhead, so that they are without excuse. But that when they knew God, they glorified him not as power," and that is Yapa. Because firstly, our people, Israel, once knew God. Right? They didn't glorify him as power. They wanted better things. Going straight back to when the Lord delivered them from Egypt. They didn't want they were eating manna, angels' food, so that they couldn't go hungry. They couldn't starve. He was feeding them, clothing them. The Lord burst a rock, and the rock started to sprout water for them. And you know what they did? They kind of complained. They didn't want that. As soon as Moses left, what they did? They built a golden calf. They worshiping idols, whatever the case may be. So you know what? The Lord not giving them any sign anymore. He giving them the prophet Jonas. The sign of the prophet Jonas. So like, yeah. The man of the Lord preaching. Coming out here. The Lord say in the last days gonna be just like in the time of Noah. They're gonna be eating, drinking, marrying, which is what we see today. They do have a care in the world with these men who stand up on the streets with these garments. They do have a care in the world. The Lord stretch out his hand all the day long. The man of the Lord being on the highways, the videos being up. Because when you see these videos start to crash and you see the Lord take us away from on the highways and all these things, it's only a snare unto them, because what going on is you can't get the warning anymore. You don't have the offer anymore to be protected. You understand? That is why the scripture say, "A prudent man foresee the evil and hide it himself." Let me see if I get that precept. This is Proverbs 22 and 3. "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." That is it. They pass on. As I was saying, they don't have a care in the world for the men on the highways. They just pass. And they don't just pass, they pass and they scoff. Right? So the Lord said, I will laugh when your calamity come, because He was putting me off from day to day. In your security, you're gonna be destroyed. Because you trust in this world, you trust in your money and all these other things, and I feel that will be another lesson. You understand what the scripture said, money is a defense, and the lesson that come to me is gonna be like, our defense is not money, or something along that lines, because we don't depend on nothing, on anything carnal. I know as we see some camps do, where they use their guns, whatever the case may be, but we depend on the Lord. King David said it, can my bow save me? My bow and my sword shall not save me. But only Yahweh Hashem Yahushai could save us and deliver us from that time. But the scripture said there is no name under heaven wherein thou shalt be saved. There is no other name wherein we shall be saved. You have to believe this is the truth. You must believe this is the truth. The Lord said that, let me see if I get that quick, because I didn't really have no precepts for this. But I just roughly paraphrasing. Must believe. Right? Let's see. Right, Hebrews 11 and 6. And it reads, but without faith it is impossible to please him. It is impossible to please Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So we have to be diligent, but we must believe that he is. We must believe that the Lord coming for us. You understand? They that believe. That is where you manifest your boldness. And when we see prophecies taking place, we feel good. We come out and we cheer. We say Kala, we say Tawara Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for that. While everybody concerned about what's going on in Hamas and what's going on in these other countries and why this happened to them, and while they stuck blaming the devil, as carnal as can be, they stuck blaming the devil and blaming man, not knowing that man is not in control of their own self. Certain men were born to be evil. Certain men was born to be good. That is the Lord's balance. But for you that are good, and for you that are under the protection of the Lord, you pray the Psalms 51 and ask the Lord to keep you under his protection. And not only that he keep you under his protection, but that the things that coming, as we see the news, a lot of craziness taking place on the face of the earth. To protect you from the things that come in, a prudent man foresee the evil and hide it himself. You see the evil before, which is to foresee, right? And you hide yourself. How you hide yourself in this truth? You hide yourself in the Lord. You understand? You do everything possible to please him. You understand? So by pleasing him, he protect you. When you read the book of Amos, the 3rd chapter, the Lord say, it's only you I knew. That is why I punish you. I only knew you. That is why I punish you. But if it is he was being good, I would have never punished you. I would have taken care of you, because it's just look at the generations of old. You understand? The Lord always take care of the men of the Lord. He always take care of the men, even the women. So women, do your best to be a woman and understand what a woman is to do. Even the men, do your best to be a servant, because we have a lot of things to do. As men, we have a lot of things to do, and we can't give up anytime soon. You understand? The only time we could relax is when the Israel made our praise. Right? And I'll get our precept. Let's bear with me. Right. I'll read this first and then I'll get our next precept. Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for. Israel have not obtained, not the whole of Israel, for but the election had obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So the election, the elect would do these things that I was saying, endure hardness as a good soldier, endure hardness to the end. But the rest are blinded. That's why when they pass on the highways, they can't even see their brothers, they can't even recognize. That's why even brothers in these other camps who claim to be Israelites that are awake, so-called awake, they can't recognize that Jesus is not the name. That all these other names called are not the names. The vibration that they can't push in and preaching heresies, they can't see it because they were blinded. But the elect, which is scripture reference as the election, they have obtained it. You understand? And they would not give the Lord name rest. The Lord say he reserves 7,000 men. That's not gonna bow. Right? Scripture I was looking for. Just bear with me here. Isaiah 62 and verse 7. And give him no rest. So I'll read from verse 6. This is Isaiah 62 and verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. These are the watchmen on the highways. They're watching. Hence the reason they come and talk about the news that happen in the world. You know, what is happening with the news? What is happening with these countries? What is happening? Because that is the Lord's business. The Lord leave certain men in charge of the business. And that is why we out there speaking about it. Because we are watchmen. We warn you when the danger is coming. We warn you of things not to do, like the devil waters that went. Not to do it, not to take it. You know, and then now we watch, just watchmen watching for everything, right? And we set up on the walls, which shall never hold their peace. Which is hold their peace is what? Stop prophesying, stop making videos, right? It says day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, ye that preach Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? Keep not silence and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth, right? And we are not a praise so long as we have these bodies, so long as Yahushai hasn't returned, so long as we are by word and we catching hell. When all hell when all hell catching has come to a stop and Israel has become a praise and Yahushai burst them clouds and we get these immortal bodies, that is when we will stop, because the scriptures say that's going to be a part of the new covenant wherein we shall not teach our neighbor. The laws are going to be in our mind. So like, yeah, the laws are going to be written. The laws are going to be written in our inward parts, right? But for now, we need to focus on standing on the walls, right? Focus on our spiritual growth and adding to ourselves fighting these demons off. Because the demons not going to stop coming. The stronger we get, the stronger demons come for us, right? So Lord's willing, this lesson was really and truly inspiring. You know, I have a precept here, a bookmark. Okay, really quick. Right, it says 1 Timothy 4 and verses 13. It says, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the Presbyterian. The reason I brought it, verse 13 was the point, because really and truly, that is what we're supposed to be doing. Adding to ourselves, give attendance on to reading, because with reading, it answers a lot of questions. It makes sure you has a video to do. It makes sure that you're well studied. It makes sure that you strive a little closer to being to mastery. You know? Scripture even says study to show yourself approved. Reading and understanding what you're reading and researching words, this is studying, right? Retaining, retaining where you have, where you learn, writing it down sometimes, you know? So Lord, during this video that I find again, I want to say Shalom. Yeah, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. That we want to see the elders and apostles of great Milson and rule well. Salutation to Yaki and preaching the truth to the four corners of the earth in sincerity. Shalom.